Hey, Anthony,
Yeah.
is Trump about to go down because of the Epstein files?
Well, if he ever was going to go down because of the files, the time is now, or rather about a month from now.
How so?
Well, we just had Adelita Grijalva sworn in as a result of the House opening up again after the government shutdown bill was passed. Because she was sworn in, the House was able to get the 218 votes that they needed to pass the Epstein files discharge petition, which is not a final vote on releasing the files, but a vote to force a vote in the House since Mike Johnson was refusing to hold that vote himself. Now that the discharge petition has passed, a minimum of 7 legislative days have to pass before it can be voted on by the House itself, which will probably be in early December. I do expect Mike Johnson to pull some shenanigans to try and delay. A legislative day is not necessarily the same as a calendar day, and the House is not in session every calendar day, anyways. So I expect to see him do things like try and close out a calendar day without adjourning the House to drag out the process and how many legislative days occur in between now and when the vote happens. Regardless, there's only so long that he can do that, and there are enough votes in the House currently that the final vote is expected to succeed. Although the Trump administration is trying to pressure, and by pressure I mean threaten, certain House members like Lowen Boebert to change their vote before the final vote passes. I don't think that's necessarily going to do them much good, as 3 additional House Republicans have broken from the Trump administration and come out in support of the Epstein files being released just today, which is a huge indication that tides are shifting in the House, and these representatives, while not necessarily growing a conscience, may have decided that they want to bail off a sinking ship. In addition to that, there is a special election coming up in Tennessee in December. There was some original concern that this election would essentially cancel out Grijalva's vote in the House, but I am hearing a lot of really promising information that this election could actually flip for Democrats, especially after the recent victory we had in the November 4th elections. And the Democrat that is running Afton then is supported heavily by the DNC chair, Ken Martin, as well as independent progressive groups like Indivisible, which are really trying to organize protests and take the fight to the Trump administration, as well as get more progressive and people-oriented members into the DNC. That Tennessee race will be a difficult race, but if she wins, it would even further shift the Democratic power in the House and cement the chance of us having a victory on these Epstein legislation being passed, as well as really just give an idea of really how the public thinks about the Trump administration and the Republicans, even in deep red areas. Finally, of course, we have all the Epstein emails that were released by the House Oversight Committee today. Almost 20,000 additional documents from what has previously been made public. There's a lot of information in those emails, and I'm sure they're still being reviewed, but the most notable emails so far have been between Epstein and